Renegade Immortal, Chapter 605, Demon Guardian. Hello, welcome back to my channel, Books with AR. After passing through the 10,000 Demon Mountain, the location of the source of the cold snort became even more clear to Wang Lin. After several days, an endless wasteland appeared before him. There was countless debris covering the wasteland. The ground was covered in cracks, and there was an unpleasant smell being carried by the wind. Wang Lin's eyes were bloodshot. The Celestial Ascension Fruit had penetrated his entire mind after being under the effect for so many days. His awareness had increased several-fold, and now he only needed a little stimulation to erupt. At this moment, the only thought in Wang Lin's mind was kill. He moved like a bolt of lightning, charging directly at the wasteland. Just at this moment, a series of explosions came from the ground below Wang Lin. Following the sound, a spike made of yellow earth suddenly shot into the air toward him. At the moment the spike appeared, countless more appeared. They were like ferocious needles that whizzed through the air. In the blink of an eye, Wang Lin was surrounded by spikes. Wang Lin's dive-in sense was very sensitive. Instead of backing up, the celestial spiritual energy inside his body formed a vortex. Under the power of the vortex, all of the spikes shattered. A black figure suddenly jumped out of the ground and landed on one of the spikes. This person was skinny, and his body was completely black. He was on all fours with his head tilted as he looked at Wang Lin and licked his lips. Wang Lin's eyes were bloodshot as he took a step forward and pressed down with his right thumb. The finger of death appeared and shot toward the skinny old man as a ray of black light. The old man let out a grin. This grin was very dark. Facing the finger of death, not only did he not dodge, he suddenly opened his big mouth. At this moment, an illusion suddenly appeared behind him. This illusion was about 100 feet tall, looked like a cocoon, and there were pustules on it. At the moment the skinny old man opened his mouth, a big mouth also appeared on the illusionary cocoon behind him. He sucked the black light of the finger of death into his mouth and then swallowed it. At the moment he swallowed it, the illusionary cocoon behind him also acted like it swallowed the finger of death. Its belly was bulged and its entire body began to squirm. The pustules on the cocoon burst, releasing foul-smelling liquid. The old man's skinny hand reached out, causing the foul liquid to condense into a ball of pus in his hand. He stared darkly at Wang Lin and spoke for the first time. "Little kid, your spell was delicious. Let me gift you one too." With that, he threw the ball of pus in his hand toward the ground. This ball of pus was too fast and landed on the ground in the blink of an eye. When it exploded, it released the pus and fused with the ground. In an instant, the ground within 10,000 feet began to tremble. Shortly after, large amounts of pus came out of the ground and suddenly formed an encirclement. A thick layer of pus quickly rose up, creating a powerful wall. The old man licked his lips, and in a flash, he disappeared into the pus. Right after he disappeared, the wall of pus suddenly began to close in from all directions. The wall of pus covered the sky and the earth. As it closed in, it formed a giant sphere. The old man appeared outside of the pus sphere and stared at the sphere that was quickly contracting and said with his hoarse voice, "Wind Song, there is no need for you to be here, so you can go back. A mere cultivator dares to do as his wish here. He has no chance of surviving my heaven pus and earth soar." A gust of cold wind blew by, and the woman with the tattoo on her face appeared 100 feet from the old man. She coldly looked at the pus sphere that had shrunk down to only 100 feet wide and coldly said, "If this person could be killed so easily, Master wouldn't have sent us out." "Oh, then I want to see how this little cultivator can escape from my heaven pus and earth soar." The skinny old man smiled, but soon his smile froze. When the pus sphere shrunk down to only 30 feet wide, it stopped and no longer shrank. A powerful battle and killing intent penetrated through the pus sphere. The killing intent that penetrated caused the surrounding temperature to immediately drop and created gusts of cold wind. The battle intent mixed with the killing intent caused the skinny old man's pupils to shrink. Just at this moment, muffled roars came from within the sphere. Soon, a ray of sword energy split the sphere of pus and charged out. This sword energy was monstrous. When it appeared, it caused the sky to be filled with sword energy. There was another sword next to the celestial sword. It was a treasured sword, and the faint figure of an evil ram soul had appeared on the sword. There was also a half-moon blade next to the two swords. This blade let out a blade hymn and gave off a cold aura. Behind those three weapons was Wang Lin, who slowly walked step by step out of the sphere of pus that was cut in half. His eyes were red, and the killing and battle intent in his eyes had fused into a mysterious light. The skinny old man's heart trembled when he looked over. This person's gaze is somewhat terrifying. At the moment he stepped out, the three weapons before Wang Lin charged out. They turned into 3 rays of light and shot toward the old man and the woman. The woman's expression was gloomy as she took a step back and immediately disappeared. The black half-moon blade let out a sudden hymn as it also disappeared. A series of groans and sounds of metal colliding quickly echoed throughout the surrounding area. The old man's eyes became cold. He didn't even look at the 3 weapons before his hand formed a seal and shouted, "Earth soar." The ground 10,000 feet around the old man began to shake. As the ground shook, rings of light appeared and quickly began to expand. They looked like the sores that grow on people's faces, but they were growing on the earth. The old man shouted, "Explode!" At this moment, his energy surged, and all of the sores growing out of the ground immediately exploded. Then Su Ligui came out of the celestial sword and cursed at the old man. "Blow yourself up!" He controlled the celestial sword to attack the old man directly. The old man revealed an impatient expression, and his hand reached out trying to grab the sword. In his eyes, it was not hard to grab the sword with just his body at his cultivation level. Su Ligui laughed in his heart when he saw the old man trying to grab the sword. Not only did he not dodge, but he even slowed down, waiting for him. This? What is this sword? The old man was shocked and quickly retreated. However, the celestial sword gave chase. The sword with the evil ram soul arced around and attacked the old man from the back. After the sores on the earth exploded, a thick wall of pus 100 feet tall appeared and spread out in ripples. Wang Lin's body was filled with celestial energy as he floated in the air. He took a step toward the old man who was entangled with the 2 swords. The old man let out an angry roar as he called out the illusionary cocoon again to use his spell. With one step, Wang Lin broke space and arrived above the old man. His red eyes stared at the illusion, and his right hand reached out. Strands of slaughter energy charged out and drilled into the illusion. Then he closed his right hand and pulled back. There was a tearing sound as he tore the illusionary cocoon from behind the old man. Wang Lin's eyes lit up as he threw the cocoon behind him. Then his right hand viciously reached out. The cocoon exploded as it flew through the air. Large amounts of pus sprayed out, and there was a muffled groan from the void. Winsong's body appeared where the cocoon exploded. Her face was pale, but her eyes were even more gloomy. The half-moon blade followed closely after her and stabbed toward her. Winsong waved her hand. There was now a silver dagger in her hand. The sound of metal colliding was heard as the half-moon blade was pushed back, but Winsong was also pushed back a few steps. She had just arrived here while fighting the half-moon blade and was forced to reveal herself because of the cocoon exploding. After the cocoon was crushed, the old man coughed out blood and revealed a look of disbelief. At this moment, Wang Lin's thumb pressed down again, and the finger of death appeared once more. This time, the black light charged out like crazy. This black was too fast and was already very close to the old man. The moment it appeared before the old man. The old man panicked and opened his mouth to devour the black light. Although he devoured the black light, it didn't dissipate and instead penetrated through his mouth. Just at this moment, Winsong threw the dagger in her hand. The dagger and the half-moon blade began to fight. Then she turned into a cold breeze and charged toward Wang Lin, who had his back toward her. The wind was very fast. She closed in on Wang Lin in almost an instant. Wang Lin didn't turn his head, but touched his bag of holding. The Soul Lasher appeared in his hand. The long whip was completely black and gave off an aura that could cause the soul to tremble. At the moment Winsong closed in, the Soul Lasher suddenly moved. There was a loud bang, followed by Winsong's miserable groan. She was knocked out of the void, and there was a red whip mark on her face. For the first time, her eyes revealed shock. Right now, she didn't want to kill, she wanted to retreat as soon as possible. Wang Lin's mind had long lost his consciousness due to the stimulation of the Celestial Ascension Fruit, so everything he did was by instinct. Winsong quickly retreated. For her to be able to fight the half-moon blade, her speed was naturally very fast. She quickly retreated without even leaving a shadow. Without even thinking, Wang Lin's palm pressed down, and a huge handprint suddenly appeared before him, the same nameless palm print that managed to even scare Mo Li Hai. Wang Lin's slaughter energy moved within the palm print, creating a gust of wind in its path. The palm print moved at an unimaginable speed, chasing after Winsong. The palm print passed through Winsong while she was retreating. The slaughter energy inside the palm entered her body, causing her to explode. A gentle wind blew by and caused Wang Lin's hair to flutter. He continued to march into the distance, and in front of him were the three weapons. On the ground, there was a pile of flesh and a mummy giving off an endless amount of death aura.